It's time for the One Bar and Lupica Show, bringing you anything and everything Minnesota Vikings.
Welcome to professional football.
All right, hello and welcome back to the One Bar and Lupica Show. I am Lupica, and as you can tell, I am coming to you on remote location from beautiful Lake Nebagamon, Wisconsin. I may be in the heart of Packer territory, but I am oozing purple all over this lake. All right, so earlier in the week we had Gary Kubiak give a little update on the Vikings offense, and today the Vikings defensive coordinator Andre Patterson had his turn, and he actually had quite a few nuggets to talk about as far as this defense goes. Before we get in that, be sure to subscribe to our channel, like our vids. As you know, we'll be pumping out daily videos, filling every Viking desire you may have in your body. All right, so first of all, Patterson was asked about Michael Pierce. He wished him well and just kind of suggested that it'd be a good idea for maybe old Michael Pierce, the juggernaut, to get a trainer to help him keep in shape and maybe even find a cook to make sure he is eating right. So clearly there is some concern about him being able to stay in shape and not become ginormous during this off year of his. Was asked about the rookies, if this COVID preseason shortened, no mini camps, no OTAs is going to affect them. He said they have heard the install more than any rookie class in history, which I guess is good news, but the key word I think there is heard. There's one thing hearing it, and the other as far as practicing it and implementing it and doing it on the field. So, they've heard it more than any rookie class. I guess that's good, but I feel a bit better if they actually said they've been practicing it more than any class in history. He was asked about Danielle Hunter. He said he is definitely staying at left defensive end. No reason to move him around. He quoted his 50 sacks he's had, and pretty much just said, why the hell would we move him? They said they will move him around in game like they did last year, but he is staying at left defensive end. No plans to move him on the right side now that Everson Griffin is gone. He was asked about Shamar Stephen, and he actually defended him, basically saying stats aren't everything. He said, go ahead and ask Eric Kendricks what he feels about Shamar Stephen, because he pretty much gave Stephen a lot of credit for Kendricks making so many tackles because he's able to eat up blocks and keep him free. He also had good things to say about my boy, defensive tackle Armon Watts. He said he's got great strength. He's very pleased with his development. So again, there's a guy who I think will be in the mix at nose tackle, Armon Watts, especially after his defensive coordinator pretty much just gave him a full down cat bath of praise. Let's see what else we got. Talked about the cornerbacks, how he's looking to develop both players who can play both outside and nickel. That's kind of his mentality going in here. He wants guys who are versatile, can move around, play both positions. So he's not just looking for someone who's strictly outside, strictly a nickel. I think we're going to see a lot of interchanging, a lot of interaction with these cornerbacks, where they play and how they're used in this defense. He also addressed the nose tackle position, and like the corners, he's looking for guys who can play three technique and nose. To me, I don't like this as much. I'd rather see a straight up nose, whose job they know is to just eat up space, keep those linebackers clean, and anchor against the run. And also the guys who just know their job is to blow up the inside of the offensive line, create interior pressure. I'm kind of sick of these hybrid guys, to be honest with you, but that's the plan going in. So I think that's good news for Armon Watts, Jaleel Johnson, Shamar Stephen, these guys who can do both. So I think those guys' jobs are probably all pretty safe at this point. And then the last thing, and which I think was kind of interesting, and maybe this is something they're really harping on in the defensive locker room, but he said, they're hearing all this chatter about how they're going to be worse this year with the young corners, without Michael Pierce, and he said they're all extra motivated. They have a chip on their shoulder to prove everybody wrong. So you kind of love hearing that. I always love when our players or a unit of our team feels like an underdog. Again, it adds a little swagger to you. You got something to prove. So hopefully this defense, they are younger, and yeah, they might be worse. They are playing with a chip. They're playing with something to prove, and I think that's pretty damn huge. And it could go a long way in making this group gel quicker and kind of come together faster than they might normally would. So, all right, that's it. Those are the big talking points from the Andre Patterson press conference today. you know, maybe later I'll show a video you guys of me doing a nice cannonball right off the dock. Who knows? Until then, be sure to always, no matter where you are, keep your skull in your hole.